Hello, everyone, and welcome to the West Ham versus AZ Alkmaar semi-final watch-along with me, obviously the main West Ham fan of the group, and joining me, which is a bit of a surprise, is Kieran. So, how are you today, Kieran?
Yeah, very well, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. So just going to quickly cover the lineups because we have got 5 minutes till kick-off. So West Ham's is Areola, Cresswell, Gerd, Zuma, Kera, Paqueta, Rice, Soucek, Benrahma, Antonio, and Bowen. And then AZ Alkmaar's, I'm not going to try and pronounce some of these names because they just look really, really weird. But yeah, we are obviously waiting for the two teams to come down the tunnel. So, Kieran, what's your point of view on this? Do you think it's going to be like Frankfurt for West Ham, or do you think this should be all right?
Well, no, I mean, no offense to the previous time for West Ham, but this is in the Conference League. It is a step lower. Obviously, that's the reason why they made this competition. I do think that Frankfurt were, a very, very strong team, and obviously, I think the inexperience of being at this level probably affected some of the West Ham players. But they're here again. They're in another Europe semi-final. It's no easy feat. Regardless of what competition you play in. Obviously, Liverpool being there many times, so it's a big game today for West Ham. I did think that it looked a little bit nervy in the first game, particularly obviously at home, but grinding out that result, playing really well. The referee had a few poor decisions in that game, which did ultimately sort of change a lot of the things. But at the end of the day, they're going to be in the back. They've got they're on the front foot. They've got the momentum, and now it's important to go in and finish the job.
So, who do you think is going to be the most prolific player for West Ham tonight?
Because Paqueta has been on fantastic form, particularly as well also in this competition. You've got Benrahma as well, and Bowen, two quality players on that wing, and obviously then you've got to talk about it, haven't you, Mr. Rice. His determination, his work ethic was fantastic, I thought, in the last few games, particularly in this competition. So massively important. I know you're only looking for one answer. I think in terms of the current form, I'd probably say Lucas Paqueta. I think what he's managed to do in that attacking midfield, we spoke for the past few years about how West Ham needed that. How Jesse Lingard was going to be the man. Obviously, he wasn't. Paqueta's coming and is on some form, so hopefully he can find that form tonight and get and help West Ham get the victory over AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah, obviously Paqueta in fine form. I'd also say Antonio there as well. I think with his strength and his pace, I think he's going to be that liability where Alkmaar are going to have to pull maybe 2 or 3 men at him, which is going to create space for the likes of Bowen, likes of Benrahma, the likes of Paqueta. And it's going to show tonight whether West Ham want to win this or do we want to go out.
I think he was outmarked in the game at the London Stadium last week. Obviously, he did get the winning goal, but that is important. I personally think of a great striker is that when it's not going well, make sure that you change your game, change certain movements in which you do as a striker, and then obviously get the winning goal. He did do that, but tonight he's going to have a little bit more awareness of these players. These players are going to outmark him, as you said. It does create up a space for Bowen, who I thought was great. Benrahma, of course, scored the penalty. I mean, that's how you take a bloody penalty. My God, that's a fantastic penalty last week. So it's going to be interesting to see Antonio, who just can't get outmarked like he did last week, because I did see that a little bit.
And, well, we are now waiting for the kickoff decision. Declan Rice, the West Ham captain, shaking hands with the referee, and the Alkmaar captain. Feels weird seeing Europa Conference League, badges on the side of the West Ham shirts. But we're here again. We're in a semi-final. Let's hope it's not another Frankfurt. Let's prove we want to win this.
I understand that's on the fans' mind. Obviously, with the Frankfurt incident, do you think he'll be on? Do you think he'll be on the mind of the players?
Yeah, I do think it'll be on the mind of the players. I think the likes of Bowen obviously was there, Ben Rama was there, Antonio was there. Mainly, most of the squad that we have today, or tonight, sorry, was there.
Yeah,
Areola, Zuma, Bowen, Rice, Souček, Antonio, Ben Rama. They were there. They were there at the Frankfurt game, and Cresswell as well, obviously getting sent off. But they were there at that time, and even like in the interview earlier with Antonio, I don't know if you've seen it, but they did ask when the first goal went in, did it feel like Frankfurt again? And he said, yeah. He said, yeah. Flashbacks came back, and it scared him. And I think that's why we just got on the front foot and tried and took them at home now with us in the lead.
It's massive when you're going into a game. You know, you're going away from home and you're leading. That's massive momentum going into that. You know, you do when you want to play. When you do unfortunately play the second leg in an away stadium, you want the lead the same way that you will want the lead for the for the first leg. You know, going into that home game down for AZ Alkmaar is massive. It's massive for them. So I think it's important. I do generally think that West Ham have got that momentum going into it tonight. They've got to put that Frankfurt game at the back of their minds. They have to.
Yeah, they have to put the game of Frankfurt out of the minds and out of West Ham's situation at the moment. We are kicking off here 42 seconds in, and Alkmaar are having possession in their final third. So again, Kieran, obviously we don't know much about Alkmaar. Obviously they looked quite strong against us in the first leg. Do you think there's going to be any difference here? And Alkmaar have a shot there, and it's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, it was a physical game. They didn't take it to West Ham, and on a different day with a different referee, you potentially could see that physicality not be effective. But I've just thought they were a really physical team. They got that early goal, did trouble West Ham in that sort of situation. So for me personally, I'm not, as you said, we're not massive, we're known about their team week from week, but strong physical team. And I think it's important for West Ham to draw them in, get them frustrated. They've got to come back with 2 goals here, so it's massive pressure on them. So draw them in, wind them up, get them frustrated. The fans as well look very very hostile as well, with obviously some flares behind their goal. Opening minute, you see that in the 89th, but I'm sure West Ham will have some flares or two later on in the game, I'm sure. But they've got a big responsibility here.
Yep, West Ham do have the big responsibility in that corner that came in, and it's ball through, and it's straight into the path of Areola there, scaring my heart there. Whew. But West Ham looking very sloppy in the first 2 minutes. Oh, and it was offside, actually. So even if it had gone in, it wouldn't have counted. But great ball, but just couldn't time his run correctly. And it's a free kick, West Ham, and Areola punts it up forward. And I think that was Souček trying to win the ball there, but unfortunately couldn't. And Alkmaar won a throw-in.
I mean, looking at this incident, as you mentioned, with the AZ offside, it was a clear offside. Anyway, my issue personally, and I'm sure you're the encyclopedia of West Ham knowledge with this current team, Kiera playing right back. I'm not too sure about that at the moment. He's just got caught out once there. That was on his side. Is that a little bit of a concern? And can you help me? Is there any solid explanation for that, or is that a David Moyes decision that you're not sure?
What I think it is Soufal's injured.
Okay.
So I think he's really the only right back option we got except Ben Johnson, and I think Ben Johnson's too young.
Yeah.
For the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. No, it makes a little bit more sense now. It was just you got to be wary, especially with the fact that he's playing that position for the first, that position for the first time. It's not a position that he knows very well. It's slightly concerning when it's the weak spots, isn't it? It's the weak areas, and they're going to hope to exploit that down that right hand side.
Yeah. Care has been, I'll admit you here, Care has been very, very difficult to even watch play football. He's very silly and doesn't do well. West Ham have the ball here, but it's gone out for a throw in.
I thought you'd have your West Ham top on. Oh, I West Ham black one. I do apologise. The black one.
Well, I didn't know what shirt we were wearing, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yes.
So I just
second half when we have our break. Second half,
I might change. Yeah.
Yeah. I would change it.
But West Ham have Ben Rama been brought down there, but it's been waived for no foul. West Ham trying to fight for the ball back, and everyone trying to get behind that ball. And Declan Rice managing to intercept the pass, but Cresswell whacking it straight back to Alkmaar's possession. Again, could Cresswell be a little bit of a liability with how old he is?
No, his experience. He's still playing, and still going in the team week to week. He's not too old where you just think he's past it, and potentially somebody coming in. At the end of the day, West Ham are going to use their squad. Cresswell is a decent left back. He's not had, he doesn't get name recognition. Obviously, he never gets picked for the England squad, mainly because of the amount of fullbacks we've got, to the point where we have to play right backs and left backs. But this is not an England watch-along. But it's no, I don't think it should be too bad. There is a bit of Zuma as who's your other son? Again, these are players that probably do need Cresswell, to lead them in that back line.
Yeah.
That's why you play two holding as well. Like the way I look at teams that play two holding midfielders is that they do have a back four where they have to protect them. Why should you need to play two? You should do. People say we should play one. Yeah.
Obviously, Zuma experienced in a European final. Paqueta wins the ball here into the path of Souček, into the path of Antonio, and it's cleared away. And again, West Ham have possession here. Paqueta. Declan Rice out to Cresswell. Cresswell probably looking for an option in the box. Not Ben Rama puts the ball in and it's straight into the keeper's hands. But like I was saying, I am scared because they have won every game they've played at home in the in the Conference League. That's what's scaring me. But then again, could be how much have they won? So if they've won it by 1-0, that would still take it to extra time and penalties.
To me, 2-1 is a very unsecure scoreline in football anyway. I think West Ham need to score at least one more. Just 3-1, it puts massive pressure on them, regardless of them playing at home. 3 goals is massively tough in that one. So to me personally, 1 goal, and then I think West Ham will settle. And then should be for a game where AZ will be chasing the game, and it's up to that very, very strong defensive partnership. Every single time Alkmaar has the ball, as you said, all 11 players from West Ham are behind the ball. They know they've got to do a defensive job today. Yeah,
they know they have, but I bet they're looking for that goal to just cushion it.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a goal kick to AZ Alkmaar after Bowen's attempt to try and win the ball.
Obviously, there is Premier League action today. We'll let you know about the score if and when we can. Of course, this is our main priority. Newcastle is beating Brighton by 1-0. A Denise Undab own goal is the difference maker between the two sides here. The attacking midfielder getting an own goal. You don't always see that every day of the week. But he's got the own goal. Newcastle looking to secure Champions League football now on 69 points, 3 points behind Manchester United. Of course, Eric Ten Hag's side has a game in hand. So Newcastle 1-0 up, 38 minutes played. We'll keep you up to date even when we have the opportunity.
And we shall keep you up with the Europa League scores as that is being played as well. 10 minutes in, Sevilla drawing to Juventus, and that will stay as it is on aggregate as 1-1 at the moment. And Leverkusen are drawing to Roma 10 minutes in, and that will stay as it is, Roma 1-0 up. And in the other Europa Conference League game, if you just give me 1 second, I'll be able to get you up and tell you about it. As it stands, Basel are drawing to Fiorentina, which would make it 2-1 on aggregate to Basel. Again, Kieran, Fiorentina obviously was named one of the big clubs alongside us in the Conference League. Do you think that Basel beating Fiorentina would give West Ham a more likely boost of winning the Conference League if they win tonight?
Yeah, Fiorentina are a good team. I've watched them a few times in Serie A. They are a good team, and they do definitely deserve to be at this level of the semi-finals. You know, they are that type of team in Italy. So, Basel with a big in there. But at the end of the day, you know, I know a lot of West Ham fans are going to be, you know, having a little bit of a wandering eye on the final. Let's get this sorted. Let's get it all sorted here. 2-1. Like I said, there was an unsecure scoreline, and they need to make sure that they've win this game first.
Yeah, obviously we do need to win this game first. And Alkmaar on the attack here. Balls tried to be put in, and it's gone out for a Alkmaar corner. And the West Ham flags and scarves and all that are flying in the Netherlands. I think there's probably about 300 West Ham fans there, as there was against Frankfurt. And we're just waiting to hopefully get a goal that would send us through to the final. And like Kieran said, obviously 2-1, not a very strong scoreline. But if we make it 3-1, you might as well say West Ham are through.
Oh, God. Yeah. Mate, that might backfire. That might get clipped up.
If that gets clipped, I'm going to be embarrassed. No, I'm saying, no, right. We'll make, if this does get clipped up, I'm going to clear it now. I'm saying if West Ham get 3-1, then you might as well say we're in the final. Not now.
Yes.
So that clip is cleared.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, we will find a way. And knowing you, it'll be you that will clip it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And every time we get into a semi-final or something, you will use that against me.
Just sack the man.
Sack the man. He's got us to a semi-final again. Oh, Lord. And he's kept us in the Premier League.
Shirt, by the way, can I just say the goalkeeping shirt for West Ham is questionable. It's questionable.
I do like the high-vis yellow one.
No. It's almost like he's crossing a road. Or he's like on that, like, it was like representing Lemonade Prime or something like that in their advert. Like, no. We would love it to be sponsored by Prime. We're big fans of KSI and Logan Paul.
Yeah, we are obviously them two of the biggest stars on this platform that we're on now.
Janos.
We wish. But yeah, I mean, if we ever got sponsored by Prime, with pleasure, we would sign that contract. And here comes the waffle again, just because there's nothing really going on. Paqueta wins the ball.
That's what we're allowed to do.
Finds Benrahma. It's crossed in, and it's over the top of the goal for a Alkmaar goal kick. Benrahma apologising for that cross. And David Moyes looks a bit confused. You'll see what I mean in a minute, Kieran.
Yeah, I'm just seeing it.
And there's another. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've seen this, but did you see at the R game where the AZ Alkmaar fan wore a Millwall shirt?
Yes.
It's still here.
Brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant when I saw it. It really did make me laugh.
It made me laugh as well. I just imagine buying a Millwall shirt just to go to West Ham.
Thing is that like I don't really like. Does this guy's obviously done his research.
Yeah.
Like where he's just like, who are their rivals? Like who is even AZ Alkmaar's rivals? Like it just won't be as effective, but it just is quite funny the fact that a man from Holland has decided to. Like, why don't you just wear your own shirt, mate? Like, why don't you wear your own team shirt?
Alkmaar on the attack here as Kieran searching that up, I think.
Yes.
Ball played through, cleared away by Zuma, straight into the path of Alkmaar again.
Well, they say that FC20 and Ajax are.
They didn't. Yeah, they drew to Ajax not long ago.
Yeah, they're talking about how when they won the title, it was the first title winning season for 28 years, and also meant a return to the Champions League. I don't know what year it was, but hi ho.
Again. Oh, Socek very lucky there to get away from giving a handball. Declan Rice winning the ball. Good. Areola has possession in West Ham's area, and it's booted upfield. Trying to find Antonio. Antonio finds it. Can Bowen pick it up? And unfortunately, he cannot. But it's Rice headers it towards Benrahma. Cresswell making the overlapping run here. Declan Rice. Cresswell. Rice again. Paqueta. Benrahma and Paqueta. Paqueta trying a little flick. Manages to get to Benrahma. Chiara on the right-hand side here. Paqueta in that midfield. Playing more of an attacking role than Declan Rice and Thomas Socek. Rice looking to try and switch the pass, but unfortunately can't. Paqueta managing to find the pass. Zuma with the ball inside the Alkmaar half. Bowen finding Rice, and then Rice giving it back to Zuma. And I'll let them play out a little bit.
There's Bowen, and it's Rice, and it's Suchet, and it's Paqueta, then back to Benrahma, then back to Cresswell.
Chiara on the right-hand side here of the Alkmaar penalty area. He's passed it, finding Bowen.
So how many West Ham players can you name in 20 seconds?
Bowen looking for that cross. Chiara puts a ball in. It's Antonio. It's almost off Antonio. It's Bowen. Oh, it's put wide.
Yeah, West Ham's first chance of the game. You can't say that it's not been coming. A great build-up play, as Gary's just mentioned, from the Hammers, and two opportunities there. I say it was good. It was good going down the line there by Chiara. I thought that he got forward really well. Traditional, right backs do that, but if you're a centre back, you're sort of unaware of them situations. So you say good play from West Ham.
Good play from West Ham, and showing signs of life in us than the early start. Alkmaar having possession in the midfield here.
That goalkeeper, Ryan, he used to play for he's playing in the Premier League.
Oh yeah, it's
Brighton.
Brentford. No, it was Brentford, wasn't it?
No, it's Brighton, I swear.
I'm pretty sure it was Brentford.
Speaking of Brighton, they are still 1-0 down against Newcastle in the Premier League. Undav's own goal in the 22nd minute, the difference maker between the two. He has also picked up a yellow card as well, so not a very good evening so far for the Brighton and German number 10. So that is obviously what's going on in the game. Other scores in the Europa League semi-finals and Conference League semi-finals, they are all currently 0-0. So that doesn't change any aggregate score. So far, if results do stay the same, Roma could be heading to the Europa League final, but they will have to see who scores between Sevilla and Juve, either in extra time penalties or normal time. West Ham, AZ Alkmaar again that we're covering right now, as you can see on the screen. And it's still 0-0. West Ham look like they're going to go through there. And Basel are beating Fiorentina 2-1 on aggregate, which could see them book their place at the Conference League final.
Again,
Matthew Ryan. Let me have a look then. Matthew Ryan. He's from he's an Aussie.
Oh no, it's that guy that does the dances on the penalty touchline. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, he was playing for Brighton.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then he went on loan to Arsenal.
Here come West Ham here with Lucas Paqueta running forward. Lucas Paqueta trying to find a path for Antonio, and unfortunately just rolls through Antonio's legs. But it's great play again by Lucas Paqueta, being that attacking push forward.
Yeah, I think obviously the first 10 minutes did look like AZ were going to feel comfortable playing in their home stadium, but West Ham seemed to have a bit more of a foot on the ball. Paqueta, marginalising things in the middle, trying to use the pace and the width of the two wingers. So it's important run choice there from Paqueta, in my opinion. Should have played a little bit earlier to the two Bs on the wing. See what I did there? Two Bs on the wing. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here all week.
Here come AZ Alkmaar again. Ball put across, and it's straight into the path for Jared Brown, who's going to let it go out for a West Ham throw-in on the right-hand side. He said Alkmaar, it's a crossing, and it's just put wide. And it's put through to Antonio.
Well, in 2 months, BT Sports has been taken over from TNT. It's like TNT Sports.
Yep.
That'll take a while to remember.
It is a good day at the moment for West Ham. Ball played through in the middle. Alkmaar here, and I think that was Declan Rice picking up the ball. Or Agad, I can't really tell at the moment. It is Agad running forward as a centre-back. It's a bit confusing. Chiara on the right-hand side here. It is put through to Thomas Souček, who's playing more of a defensive role in that midfield, but tracking back into that gap.
Just to let you know that Newcastle 2-0 up. Dan Burns scored in the 45th minute, +5, so 50 minutes, just before half time. So two unlikely goal scorers. Newcastle 2-0 up.
And West Ham on the attack here as it stands. And Alkmaar on the pushing forward, but giving away a free kick to West Ham. Was it a foul against? And Alkmaar tried to play it quickly, and the ref has called it black. And the Alkmaar manager laughing. And great defending there by Cresswell, finding the path of Ben Rama. Rice going to try and drive with the ball. Managing to find Antonio. Antonio out strengthening. And Lucas Paqueta on the right hand side here. He's going to try and curl one. He's hit the post. Lucas Paqueta has just hit the post. And a great strength by Antonio, just bodying the Alkmaar player off the ball. And has absolutely almost scored a beauty. How? But this is proving like Kieran said, the informed Lucas Paqueta pushing the forward and starting.
Well, it's great forward play from Antonio, driving forward. You've got to say that them 4 players, Paqueta, Bowen, Ben Rama, and Antonio, are going to be the difference makers in terms of attack. Nothing wrong with the 50-50 there by Antonio, and it was a slip from the skipper Kleiss from AZ Alkmaar, and it was a great shot. Paqueta very, very lucky. That's the best chance of the game, and that could have been that third goal. But promising signs, particularly from man-informed Paqueta.
Yeah, very promising.
It's Paqueta, isn't it?
It's Paqueta or Paqueta. It depends how you say it.
I'll say Paqueta.
Yeah,
I can't be. There are some Sky Sports commentators which I massively criticise the way that they pronounce names. N'Golo Kante, they call N'Golo Conte. Conte's the manager. Kante's the player. Honestly, the game is died.
Well, Alkmaar on the attack here. I think they're a bit shaken up by that shot from Paqueta.
You were careful how you said that, then. I just noticed that.
Pardon?
You were very careful about how you pronounce
that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't having questioned by you.
I'm sorry. I sort of did as well.
And AZ Alkmaar have the ball here. It's great attempted backheel pass, and it's ball put in. It's straight into the path of Alkmaar, and it's cleared away by West Ham. Bowen managing to get the ball off his chest. Bowen trying to dribble through. And he's won a foul.
He's done well to get things off his chest. That was a crap joke. I apologise.
He's won the foul in the West Ham half.
These only come out when there's a party, and there's going to be a party tonight in London.
They're definitely. Well, if it stays as it is, there will definitely be a party in London. Well, in the east end of London, shall we say, not in London, because
take over the whole city, man. Take over the whole city. This makes everything look a little bit yellow.
Oh, shut up!
You got to explain that. Now I've mentioned that on the stream. You got to explain exactly what that means.
So, obviously, in the video that you will see later on in the month, I think it's next week. Hopefully, I'll find out about the West Ham Leicester tickets. So the big question is, why is Kieran said that? It is because I still laugh at this. Basically, Kieran let me wear them glasses whilst we were in Lincoln for the Lincoln Shrewsbury, was it? Yeah, Lincoln Shrewsbury game. And I come out with everything looks a bit yellow, and Ben Rama's just had a shot there, sorry. So yeah, everything looks a bit yellow, forgetting I had the glasses on. Kieran then points out to me, Gary, you've got my glasses on. And the embarrassment. Oh.
It was so good. It was absolutely brilliant. It was really good. We should have got it on camera.
Yes, but at the same time, we were with your family, so it would have been a bit harder to get on camera. So, Alkmaar have possession here in their own half. And
Obviously, you said that about 300 West Ham fans coming out, and they're looking good spirits. A few nervous ones, but
Obviously,
that's going to be understandable. But it seems to be a good following, and they're enjoying this at the moment because West Ham are
looks like
definitely
Danny
playing.
Ings is getting ready to warm up.
Oh God.
Alkmaar winning possession again. A great tackle by Declan Rice. And I think Kieran will agree with me on this one when he sees it. Absolutely beautiful tackle.
Well, first of all, I think Danny Ings is just taking his coat off. It must be a bit warm in the old Netherlands.
30 minutes in, West Ham still 2-1 up on aggregate, and as it stands, West Ham will go through to see Basel in the Europa Conference League final. And in the other games in European football, Sevilla are still drawing 0-0 to Juventus. Juventus. And Leverkusen are still drawing to Roma. So Roma and whoever wins on extra time or penalties in the Sevilla Juventus game will meet them.
Well, obviously Roma won the first ever Conference League, and that was like they're back in the. It was like they could be setting
Back to back.
Yeah.
And back in the Champions League. Saturday, the 10th of June, you'll see the Champions League final, Man City versus Inter Milan. Kieran, your take on Man City Real Madrid last night?
Oh my God! Just an absolute quality performance from Manchester City. They got the job done. My God, did they do it in pure quality? Absolutely fantastic from top to bottom of the pitch. Obviously, I thought Haaland had a bit of a quiet game. He definitely didn't do as much. But you look at the way Gundogan played. Rodri played really well. Bernardo Silva as well. If De Bruyne and Haaland didn't play the best, but it doesn't matter because of how good that they were. It was absolutely quality from top to bottom in that game, and Manchester City deserve that victory. Real Madrid did not play well at all. I thought they had a few chances, but not as much as obviously they did at the Bernabeu. And Manchester City after drawing that game, and obviously we covered that. Check that video out now, that live stream now on the channel. I said that this momentum City. They haven't lost a game in the Champions League at home for the last 5 seasons. That's mental. It's a crazy stat. It's a ridiculous thing. Unbelievable. So to me personally, they got the job done, and I think they'll win it now. I truly do. I thought Inter played really well against AC. And I think they had, they definitely did, deserve to be there with the quality they've got. Lukaku, the Turo, Martinez. We've got some really, really great players, but I think it's Man City's now. What about you?
Yeah, I think it was a poor performance there by Real Madrid, who are supposedly one of the best teams to ever do it in the Champions League. Man City was just pure quality, and I might have a shot here, and it's deflected and cleared away, and it was offside. Anyway, yeah, like I said, Man City was just pure quality. I think at that point, it was just easy for them after them 2 goals went in. I think Real Madrid gave up, and I think they knew they were going out, and they didn't really have an opportunity to come back. And yeah, I think Man City's going to go all the way now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To be honest, I would like to see Inter Milan win it.
Really?
I would like to see it.
You've got to back the English clubs.
So check, put a cross, and it's into Ryan's hands, the goalkeeper for AZ Alkmaar.
You used to play for Brighton.
Cheers, Kieran, for that information.
You know me, mate. Provide the stats as always. As I said, I'm here all week.
Kieran obviously providing all the stats as he always does. We were going to have a whole new halftime screen, but unfortunately it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked going over from my phone to my laptop. So we're going to have to stick with the old one.
That's fine. That's fine. It's quality. It's pure quality.
Even though it's not the Premier League we are watching the Europa Conference League.
We are. Well done.
But it has been a good game up to now. And I think that's took a touch off the ref. So it will be a Alkmaar free kick or drop ball. It hit the ref on the head.
Heads up.
Concussion.
Concussion.
The Alkmaar fans trying to rile up something out of their team. The West Ham fans looking calm and confident and nervous at the same time.
Yeah, I would be at the moment. Not come out the blocks as hopefully as they like. I think he just caught the side of his head. Though Suchek went over and said that wasn't that bad, mate. No, I love when players do that. Like, it wasn't even that bad. Like, get over it.
Lucas Paqueta down here after a tackle. So West Ham are one man down in that midfield, and it's great defending by Kera. And this is not what West Ham need. Lucas Paqueta taking a knock. Just waiting to find out if Lucas Paqueta is rubbing his quad and his knee, but he's back on his feet, which is good to see in the eyes of West Ham fans.
Yeah, it was a bit of a double team now, wasn't it?
Fiorentina are 1-0 up. It is aggregate 2-2 at the Basil's ground. It is game on there. And will it be game on here at the Alkmaar Stadium? Alkmaar having possession here in the West Ham half, trying to push through. It's been put across and it's gone in. It's gone out for a Alkmaar corner.
That's it.
Alkmaar have had 3 successive corners. West Ham have had no corners.
Thank you.
I'm providing stats this time, not Kieran.
Yeah, it was great, man. I like the switch with roles. Yeah, it was great.
And cleared away by West Ham into the Alkmaar half, and Alkmaar regain possession, trying to find that little gap to get through the West Ham defence, who have been solid for the 37 minutes that have been played. I'll take care. He's had a good game. I mean, yeah, there's been one slip up, but up to now, he's had a good game.
Yeah. There was obviously that earlier incident. I think that was a bit concerning. But no, seems to have put his foot on the ball, and they've been venturing, forward as well, which is positive. So yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's any really big concerns involving Chiara at right back just yet, but still got a long way to go. Don't want to worry you, but still a long way to go.
There's a long way to go. West Ham goal kick as the ball has gone out of play from an Alkmaar touch. It is very tight, but the Alkmaar players protesting it hadn't gone out, but the cameras show it had gone out of play.
Camera never lies.
Yep, the cameras never lie.
Unless you're VAR sometimes.
We're not going to get into that.
And that's coming in. I mean, that's coming from a Liverpool fan,
who has VAR on their side.
Sometimes I wish it didn't. Sometimes I wish it took a few hits with it and like to stop that narrative, and it's still just carrying on.
Kieran doing a little sing song there.
Yeah. I was about to need it.
And Gero managing to header away for a Alkmaar throw in. West Ham looking very solid at the moment, aren't they, Kieran?
Sorry, you cut off there, mate. You cut off.
West Ham looking very solid, aren't they?
Yeah. Like I said, slightly apprehensive first 5-10 minutes. Just sort of feeling the game out. But apart from that, I do think they've looked solid. You know, when they're playing when they're out of possession, it seems like they're dropping into that 4-4-2. Obviously, in attack, they seem to be. You know, they've now sort of changed the system around. Paqueta's gone and supported Antonio up front. That flat, back, middle four. So that shows versatility. So there's been nothing wrong, I don't think, at all with how West Ham have played over the last 40 minutes, and they're just going to keep their heads now because it's big.
Yeah, it is a big game here. It's put across the box. And Alkmaar have a chance here. It's not back. It's shot and it's deflected wide for a West Ham. Sorry, not West Ham goal kick. It is an Alkmaar corner.
Yeah, slightly concerning. I think with situations like that, you don't want to keep giving them the amount of space that they require. So a little bit concerning on a West Ham part, but it's all been blown over.
It's all blowing over. Hopefully, in the eyes of West Ham, Alphonse Areola looking very strong in goal as well, don't you think, Kieran?
Yeah, not really had much to do, but when he's been necessary, when he's needed, he's there, and it just shows a sign of a good keeper. Is that maintaining, keeping on board. I'm not a goalkeeper myself, but keeping up there. The referee's got a bit of an issue, hasn't he? Who's he got an issue with?
Oh, I don't know, but again, managing to win the ball. Cresswell knocking it forward and straight back from the path of the pass into Cresswell's feet. Zuma has it in the West Ham half. No one pressing him, so he's got plenty of time. Chiara trying to knock the ball over to Bowen. Bowen manages to get it, but can't bring the touchdown to control the ball. Still 2-1 here on aggregate, 0-0 as it stands.
I think also the referee had a bit of an issue with they're pushing.
So obviously West Ham's next games in the Premier League is Leeds and Leicester. Should be an easy 6 points there, Kieran, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a slightly concern. Obviously, both of these teams now in the fight for relegation. Leeds, obviously, we've got a massive advantage. I do think, unfortunately, Leicester are down with our likeness of obviously Leicester City. That is a shame. But yeah, I think on paper it looks like that. But I think Leicester's going to have a bit of a fight. If results go their way, if you do beat Leeds, I do think that opens up a massive opportunity. I think
Benrahma puts it across. Sorry for the interruption there, Kieran. It's shot and Paqueta puts it over the bar. Carry on.
Thank you. When you do it, I do it a lot to you. So I bet it's nice to return the favour.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Should be a 6 points. Should be a 6 points on paper, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, Leeds and obviously Leicester will want the fight to stay up in the Premier League. My bet's on Leicester staying up. Kieran, what's your bet on?
I think they're down. Personally, I think they're down, and then I think honestly, I think Leicester are down. I think Forest are staying up now. I think they've pulled some fantastic, results over the last few weeks, Nottingham Forest. So I do think that they are safe now. So in my opinion, I'd say it's between Leeds and Everton. I'm going to say that Everton. I think, and that is a little bit personal as well. That is a little bit of a personal hope. So it's true. It's true. I don't want them to.
Would give them time to rebuild, though.
Not bothered.
And there's Kieran's feeling on Everton. If any Everton fans do watch this, go into him on the comments, please.
No. Why? Well, why have you done that? Why have you said that? By the way, can I just say, why have you chucked me? What do you think? Let's turn back the question to you. Obviously, you might like Everton a little bit more than me. It sounds it. Don't plug any of my socials, by the way. Don't plug any of my socials.
I won't. But yeah, I think it would be Everton's go down.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can roast me as well.
Yeah, how controversial are you?
Very controversial. Obviously, Leicester to stay up. Very unlikely now, but I'd like it to happen.
Where are you getting this from? That Leicester's going to stay up?
Well, it could go down to the last game of the season.
It could go down to the last game of the season. But, thank you, Google. No,
half time here in the Alkmaar game. West Ham looking very strong. Kieran's Google is talking to him.
My only friend.
It is Kieran's only friend as it stands. Second half in 15 minutes.
Oh my life.
Be back. So far, so good for West Ham United. Kieran will be joining us in a very, very short second. We are here for the second half of West Ham versus AZ Alkmaar in the Europa Conference League semi-final second leg. And West Ham have looked very, very strong defensively. And I think we are trying to keep Alkmaar out of our goal. And for the first half, we've managed to do so in every possible aspect. Just waiting for Kieran to hop back into his chair so he can sort everything by adding him back into the stream and getting him to answer some questions. Alkmaar will kick us off in the second half. And here we go. Alkmaar have possession in their half after the kickoff. And the last time that Alkmaar went to any final was in 2009 when Man United's Louis van Gaal was in charge. Obviously, he's no more for Man United. West Ham press in with very high at the moment. Ben Rama just sitting off, just trying to cut them passes off. Great switch of play there by Alkmaar. And Alkmaar on the attack here. And Alkmaar are here trying to break through that West Ham brick wall as it has been at the moment. Obviously, when Kieran joins, I will make a little reference that Kieran will definitely know. But I don't think... Well, a few people might know as well if you watch this. And AZ Alkmaar holding possession. And Alkmaar trying to find any pass that's necessary, and they've gone backwards to the defenders. It is patient build up here. And Alkmaar are probably looking for the counter attack. And Kieran is ready to join us. Well, welcome back, Kieran.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much.
So the reference I was going to make is, Kieran will know this. You know the guy that goes, I don't get nervous, but I'm starting to get a bit shaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
From
I'm
MasterChef.
Yeah.
If not, I will send you the link later.
I'm blanking on the name.
But that is me right now because Alkmaar on the attack is put across and it's very into the corridor of uncertainty. And that could have been the goal that would have put Alkmaar level on aggregate.
By the way, we are a little bit late to report this, but Brighton did get a goal back, and it was Undav, the man who got an own goal, and then he had a yellow card, and now he's got the one bad. So that's why I was like, oh my god, like this man is having a game and a half, isn't he? But no, West Ham now.
He can do it all.
He can. Well, West Ham I've got to play that. I've got to make sure that they wrap this up now. It's, even if they don't score, strong defensive performance. That's what Moyes is going to say. You look at that, everybody behind the ball, strong. Even 5 across the back is important. The West Ham doesn't concede. If you don't concede, then you don't lose games. West Ham are happy to get a 0-0. Yes, it's not the best in terms of, a little bit of concern, a bit of worry for the fans, their heart rate, but it's a job well done. And sometimes, preserving leads, keeping leads, and not thinking about putting the ball in the back of the net sometimes is a good thing. And that's what a lot of football fans do forget.
Areola with a comfortable save there from a shot from Alkmaar straight into his hands onto his right-hand side. But Alkmaar looking very, very dangerous at the moment and making West Ham fans' heart race a bit more. Bowen on the ball here, managing to make a few dribbles, trying to find Ben Rama, couldn't put enough on the pass to find him. And Alkmaar regain possession here, 49 minutes in. And again, everyone tracking men. Even, I think that's Lucas Paqueta doing some defensive work there. Or it might not be, sorry. Bowen was doing some defensive work. Great clearance by Zuma. Alkmaar again on the attack. And Rice managing to clear it. Pick up possession, finding Cresswell to clear it. Can't get my words out because I'm that nervous. Alkmaar again regaining possession. And Cresswell has been nutmegged. It's going to be put across. And again with a great block. And great block. McGaird celebrating that block like it was a last-minute winner. Absolutely beautiful. And West Ham are sitting comfortable at the moment with defending. Good ball in here. It's cleared away to the edge of the penalty area.
That's what they're going to do. Rally the team. Yeah, every single. I don't think he actually nutmegged Cresswell.
He didn't. It was just round his leg.
Yeah, just round his leg. But for me personally, you're looking at this game as everything's got to be applauded. Everything, you've got to make sure that everything's applauded, keeping people back. Looking forward to this game and keeping up for it. So it's massively positive that.
Ben Rama and Paqueta playing almost a nice 1-2. Just runs out of play for Ben Rama.
You seemed a little bit calmer in the
Declan
first
Rice picking up the ball here. Sorry for interrupting you, Kieran. Rice driving forward, finding Ben Rama on the left-hand side. Ben Rama managing dribbling through. Tries across, but it's deflected into the path of Rice. Cresswell, Paqueta playing it back to Gerd. And you may carry on, Kieran.
Thank you, sir. No, you seemed a little bit calmer than in the first half than you did in the second half. Is that because it is every single second, every minute is edging ever closer?
Yeah, every second is literally, it's like every minute is like a loading slide for me. And 90 minutes will be 100% if we manage to stay 2-1. And Kieran, I'm just going to take the score off for a minute and I'm going to show you something that you'll be very shocked about.
I did. I read it.
So as it stands, 47 years we've not been in a final. Can we make that happen and make it back to 0 instead of 47 years? As it stands, we will. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And that's all West Ham fans can do, is keep the fingers crossed and hope and pray that Alkmaar do not score.
I think there's a lot of West Ham fans who have, a lot of, what's what I'm looking for here? There's a lot of faith in this group of players. Obviously, I know that it didn't, end up the way it did with the Frankfurt game, but it's in the past now. It's in the past. You can't keep dwelling on it. You can't keep, making this as an excuse, which I know you're not doing, but I think it is important to refocus back onto this game. West Ham have done very, very well. It's been a long season, a tough season. In a relegation fight, potentially looking at this as being a priority. David Moyes has picked up some results where, honestly, I didn't think he would be picking up results. and a lot of fans were calling for his head, including yourself. But it's important. I do think that competitions like this, when you prioritise them, this is the way to go, and they are definitely playing really well here.
Yeah, they are definitely playing very well, sitting defensively, trying to counter attack. I think is what we're currently doing. Cresswell with a great touch to control a pass from Zuma or Agard, whichever. I can't remember which one it was. Ben Rama on the left-hand side here, dribbling, managing to get him past. He's being held. Ben Rama finding a pass to Cresswell. Cresswell was trying to look to put it in. Declan Rice lines up a shot. It's saved. It's gone out for a West Ham corner.
Very written in the stars that Declan Rice managed to get the goal and managed to secure this. Captain Marvel, Captain Fantastic. In many ways, a lot of people are saying that he will be the number one target to leave West Ham, but he's still got a job. He's still got a responsibility too there, and if he's getting shots off like that, it's definitely really positive to see it. Leading by example, a quality player, quality professional, and that was not far off from the England holding midfielder.
Wasn't far at all. It was a good save though by Ryan. Zuma looks like he's going to be the one sat on the keeper, trying to distract the keeper. It's ball whipped in here. Ryan punches it away, and it's cleared away by Alkmaar. And the Alkmaar manager holding on to the ball. Let's give to Cresswell. Agard finding Areola, who's booting it upfield now, apparently. Cresswell finding Ben Rama. Cresswell trying to find Ben Rama again. Unfortunately, it's gone out of play. Any information on any other games? I will find the Conference League. Basel are 1-0.
Yeah, I can bring it up for you, mate. Basel is 1-1 and Mundu with the equaliser, and it is 3-2 on aggregate. Basel hanging on to a 1-goal lead as things stand. West Ham looking like they could be in the Conference League, but who joins them? There is still a bit of apprehension if you're a fan of them. In the other games, Roma and Leverkusen is still 0-0. In that game, 54 minutes played between Leverkusen and Roma. So it looks like Jose Mourinho's Roma could be heading to get another final against a Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. In the other game, Sevilla 0, Juve 0. There's nothing happening in there. So it's still very unanswered questions about that tie in that game, as it was 1-1. It finished in Italy. In the Premier League game, 83 minutes gone in that game. Newcastle 2, Brighton 1. Undav with an own goal on the 22nd minute. The double of the lead by Mr. Dan Burn on the 50th minute with the added time. And then in the second half, Undav reclaiming his probably self-worth in a lot of Brighton's eyes, getting a equalising goal. But 82 minutes, Newcastle look like they potentially will stay in the Champions League places for next season. And waving away.
It's not been given a penalty.
It was tight. I have seen them given. I'm not too sure what was going on there, but I have seen them given before. The guy saying VAR, the young lad saying VAR. Let's have a look at this again.
My heart is racing.
I think that's a pen. That's a pen. All over him again. He doesn't, really great play, putting the ball on the opposite side. Again, was trying to go. It looks like it has been checked and there's no penalty, but
my heart is physically racing out my chest at the moment. Again, very lucky probably to get away with that one.
Yeah, very lucky, very lucky. I thought that was a penalty. As I said, the AZ striker putting the ball on the opposite side, really, really good defending from him. And then when you've got things like that, it will cost you. So to me, I think it's a great play from the Alkmaar defender. I think he was very lucky not to concede the penalty there.
Souček has been booked. And I think that's for time wasting. Moy's not looking too fussed at the moment. It's going to be a West Ham foul on Jared Bowen. And as it stands, like we keep saying, West Ham will be in a final for the first time in 47 years. 47. It is 16 minutes played at Anderlecht.
Yeah, it's the pressure mounting on them now. Approaching the hour mark, as you said, these are the moments now where, do you look at certain substitutions potentially? Do you look at changing the systems? How do AZ respond with that? They are down, they need 2 goals. Do you take it to extra time? So many questions. We haven't got any of the answers here watching along in a completely different country. But it's opportunities. It's big opportunities now to see exactly what's going to happen. But it is very, very nervy when you don't know. A lot of unanswered questions, that's what makes you even more bloody nervous.
Yep. A lot of unanswered questions here. And the referee is talking, it looks like, to VAR. West Ham corner here, Cresswell taking it. Ball put in. It's very poorly put in by Cresswell, which is very unusual. And Areola picking it up in West Ham's half. "61 minutes in, Alkmaar on the attack here, and it's dribbling, and it's a good save by Areola.
I'm always wary when fullbacks or any corner takers don't, doesn't even beat the first man. That's slightly concerning from an attacking point of view. But it's interesting to see now. Obviously West Ham, gaining a few extra corners.
It's been given offside. It's been given offside, which is a shock. And lucky for West Ham there again. It's going to be a West Ham throw-in on the right-hand side. Alkmaar looks like they're starting to lose their heads a bit. Chiara taking the West Ham throw-in here.
When the opposition fan, it's always a strong and positive sight to see when you do see things like that where they are losing their heads. They wind them up, as I said, get them into trouble, and they will pay the price for it sooner rather than later.
And Chiara has been booked for time wasting. Rice trying to argue it, and the referee just says no.
No. What's that meme then? And they just said no.
It's ball in the box here. Good throw-in. Cleared by AZ. West Ham pick up possession again with Lucas Paqueta on the right-hand side. 2 men around Paqueta. It's a great flick, and he's won a throw-in. Lucas Paqueta want to take a long throw-in there. But he's thrown it to Chiara. Chiara's trying to put a long ball in. Antonio trying to get his head to it. Paqueta with a strike. It's a bit of a bit bad there, really. but West Ham still managed to regain possession with Cresswell here. Areola. "64 minutes played. Alkmaar had possession again. The stadium only holds 20,000.
Ah. Are you bothered?
Nope.
Cool.
Just thought it'd be a good little fact.
Here we go. You and your statistics again. Very nice.
Zuma for Scorpion kick clearance.
Did that to his cat, didn't he?
Obviously, if you're wondering why West Ham don't have a sponsor on their shirt like this, it is because I think it's betting sponsors aren't allowed in the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure it was the same. It was the same with Frankfurt when we played in Germany.
Fair enough.
And Antonio's just outpacing the defender. And Alkmaar on the break here. As you can tell, my heart is beating rapidly. There's a shot. Areola, great save. It's a great shot. And a great save to match it by Areola. But obviously manages to palm it to the ground so he can pick it up. Moyes is furious. The fans getting behind Alkmaar now. Great tackle by Kera. Lucas Paqueta trying to flick on. Didn't win it. Paqueta looking most likely the midfield to actually press anybody. And Carlson for AZ takes a long shot and blazes it over the bar. West Ham have defended brilliantly so far, haven't they, Kieran?
Yeah. You know, can't go against anybody's really performance. Holding on well. It's long. It is tough to defend for a long period of time. So fair play to them. I thought they've actually played really well.
Yeah, they have looked very well indeed. It's a great pickup by Rice. And Benrahma finding some space on the left side here. Playing a 1-2 with Paqueta. Benrahma was probably looking for a shot there. Rice with a little flick behind him. Finding Cresswell. Cresswell finding Paqueta. Paqueta back to Cresswell. Back to Rice. Into the middle into Benrahma. Back to Paqueta trying to leave it for Cresswell. And Cresswell made a run. So it goes out for an Alkmaar throw-in. Alkmaar don't seem in any rush to play the ball. And West Ham don't look in any rush to press either. Which is very, very unusual. Because we're normally pressing
very
quite hard.
boring for a watch-along.
Yep.
What are you drinking there, guys?
It was just water in a Carabao Sport bottle.
You got a bottle of champagne ready in the fridge.
No, I haven't.
Will you be game one win the final?
I might do.
When is the final?
I can find that out. It'll be Wednesday, June the 7th at 8 p.m.
Ah.
Bit weird to see No, because I think it will go Champions League Tuesday, Conference League Wednesday, Europa League Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think it will be. Alkmaar here with the ball.
8 added minutes at the Newcastle Brighton game, and I did say in the first half that would just be casually looking at the Premier League result there. This confirms how casual we are looking because Newcastle are 4-1 up. Callum Wilson scoring in the 89th minute. Bruno Guimaraes added another in the 91st. Still a long way to go, but I don't think Brighton will pick up any points. I think it'll just Newcastle will just add to their goals. 4-1 Newcastle in that game against Brighton. So Brighton, especially with how well Brighton played the weekend against Arsenal.
It was like the game against Wolves, wasn't it? Wolves beat Aston Villa 1-0, played brilliantly, and then lost 6-1, wasn't it, to Brighton?
Yeah, 6-0. Really good score.
Oh, gosh. 70 minutes here played. Alkmaar with a ball in, and no one could get to it. As the commentator just said, Alkmaar are, and it's offside again. It's a wonderful delivery, but it would have been offside again. 20 minutes remaining. All West Ham hearts will be racing. Alkmaar with possession here. Alkmaar just walking with the ball, not even attempting to make a run or anything. I think West Ham are just burning out a little bit now. Great interception by Rice. Rice is going to make a driving run forward here. Great ball. Benrahma. Finding Cresswell.
The only issue with planning out is hopefully not making mistakes. That's important, on the West Ham side, they have been playing. Moyes doesn't seem like he's shown any sort of intent to make substitutions. I might mince my words a little bit, but
Pablo Fornals is getting ready to come on.
Thank you very much for that. You didn't swap your shirt, man. What are you doing?
I completely forgot, to be truthfully honest.
You want to do it now, and I'll take over.
Yep, we can do.
You just got to find the shirt first. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the secondary West Ham fan here on the show. Well, I'm not even a West Ham fan, I'm just here. So don't expect the high intents. As Gary mentioned, Paulo Fornals is set to come on, given instructions by former West Ham player Kevin Nolan. On the looks like potentially it will be for Benrahma, of course, who started off the comeback for West Ham last week with that fantastic penalty. Antonio scoring the winner.
There we go.
There we go. Is that magic? You look like such a West Ham player now.
Oh, thank you, Kieran. I mean, sorry to any West Ham fans that are watching, because they're going to see this probably as traitors. I do work with Leicester, so I do have my Leicester joggers on.
You're gonna have to show that off. Like nobody's bothered.
Yeah, but you said I look like a West Ham player.
That was not my fault. Your choices of outfit is no.
Oh, you go, Bowen. Bowen's on the attack here. Oh, he's fumbled the pass.
Well done for saying that word and not the other way. I thought you would say.
I was going to say that.
I know.
Alkmaar on the attack here.
I heard it in your tones.
And Alkmaar, great block. Care again. And Lucas Paqueta giving away a foul. And I think the yellow card's coming out. Oh, no, it's not.
Puts it in his pocket, takes it out of his pocket. The wonders of yellow cards.
Starting to get a bit nervous now. And Alkmaar on the possession here. West Ham have looked solid as a defensive brick. And I think West Ham are now just getting every player behind that ball for the last 15 minutes. A West Ham goal kick has been won here. Ben Rama looks absolutely shattered on the bench.
Putting in a good shift. It was great. It was great to see. He's had a tremendous season. As mentioned, he started off his comeback last week at the London Stadium, and he has put a shift in here. So it's always good to see. It just shows how much the players care about the shirt they're wearing.
Yep, Ben Rama being one of them. Alkmaar just playing it around the back at the moment. Alkmaar making another change soon. West Ham on the attack here. Trying to find Antonio, couldn't, unfortunately. The shot, I think, deflected over. And another substitution here for Alkmaar, a like-for-like change apparently. The Alkmaar fans are looking a bit worried. And I think so are the West Ham fans. 13 minutes to go. It's a West Ham foul on Bowen. Bowen saying to ref that's 4 times he's done that.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's been a lack of yellow cards in this game, I'll be honest with you.
There has been a lack. There's been 2 for West Ham as it stands. For time wasting. Ball put in the box by Kera. And it's straight into the hands of Ryan. West Ham just sitting deeper and deeper. And just looking for that counter-attack. 78 minutes played. And Cresswell being fouled right near the touchline. Some youngsters on the bench as well for West Ham there. Good to see 12 minutes and counting.
Yeah, for the experience mainly. I think that's always good. And obviously, if they do get the positive result, then they're going to be able to experience success with the first team. That positive morale and stuff like that. I think it is great to see. So it's good. I can't see any of them coming on, but still, it's a good sign to see.
79 minutes played, 11 minutes remaining and counting. Oh, my heart's starting to race. And as you can tell, Cameron's not bothered.
No, I am. It's not as much as you. I'm not going to try and compete with that. I'm just picking, assessing as good football fans do.
Alkmaar looking for a free kick, and the ref tells him to get straight back up.
Oh, we'd love to see it.
80 minutes played, 10 and counting remaining for West Ham. Great tackle. Ball in. It was almost Kiera just tried to put it out, but Areola clears it and Kiera wins a free kick. Kiera just told Areola to talk with communication.
The both French. Who said that? Ariana
Kiera.
Huh? So they speak French in Morocco.
No, Kiera's German.
Oh, that's again, isn't it? Apologies.
Yes.
Still applies.
West Ham corner. 9 minutes and counting remaining. Everyone pushing forward for this corner. I think if we get the goal now, that will send AZ Alkmaar out of the Conference League. Crossed in. Oh.
I do apologise for any background noise. That's just my my doorbell.
It's like the corner's going to be retaken again.
The height's also going to play a big thing as well in terms of any more set pieces at West Ham. I would honestly say in the last few minutes, make sure you get as many set pieces as possible in order for.
Kiera trying to put the ball back in. Antonio, great touch with his knee or his thigh. Sorry, great 1-2 by Souček. It's put across. Oh, and again puts it past the post wide. Great touch by Antonio and great little 1-2 attempt. And again, should have finished that. Oh, my heart's racing.
There's moments like that where you think if it dropped to anybody else, any of them attacking players that West Ham have got on the pitch, would they stick the ball in the back of the net? And I'd say absolutely. It's a great ball up and very well controlled by Antonio on the far. That's the only compliment I'll ever give Antonio during one of these watch-ons, by the way. Souček with a bit of a miss hit. So it was a bit of the two players. Well, to be fair, Souček can hit it. He can hit it. And he can hit it. So it was one of them where
Antonio is coming off of Danny Ings here and getting his final communications by David Moyes what to do. Antonio limping.
Yeah, I like the substitution, I will admit. Florentina are winning.
Oh, great.
2-1. Gonzalez again with the second goal of the game for him and Florentina. It's 3-3. So I'm sure every West Ham fan watching today, when this game is over, is gonna quickly cross over to the other channel to all keep their eye on the score for that one, because what a game that will be between Basel and Fiorentina. That looks solid. By the way, Newcastle did beat Brighton by 4-1. All other scores remain the same. I lie. I am such a big liar, because Sevilla and Juve, they won all. It's still 2-2 now on average in that game. So nobody.
Danny Ings puts it across. It's in Bowen's path and it's straight into the hands of Ryan.
And what a game it could potentially be looking like in the League One playoffs, because Sheffield Wednesday are 3-0 up against Peterborough. Peterborough are winning 4-3 on aggregate. So, and that's 8 minutes left to play. That could be absolutely unbelievable if that game. I've not watched as somebody who watched a few Lincoln games last season. Didn't watch these two teams, but I did watch Barnsley. But when they played against Lincoln in League One, that was a very good game. But that's 1-1. That game happens tomorrow, so they play up against Bolton, the winner of the Papa John's Cup. So big, big game obviously in the other one. But as it stands, Sheffield Wednesday are 3-0 up against Peterborough. Massive, absolutely massive.
5 minutes and counting. West Ham fans' hearts must be racing, because mine definitely is. Here come Alkmaar again on the attack. Alkmaar players not getting much time to find that ball through. And Areola looks like he's been kicked. There's a few players down here injured.
Oh, bit of a scramble. We'll not to be in the way of that.
And it does hit the arm of Zuma. But his arm is in a natural position for it.
Well, Paqueta, ironically, not Paqueta, Chiara said that they should that Ariella should talk. He didn't talk at that one either.
Nope. And you can hear the West Ham fans chanting, "I'm forever blowing bubbles." 3 minutes and counting left. And it's been waved away. And they said he can't be called deliberate handball because his arm was in a natural position for a jump. West Ham still trying to find that third goal, though. Bowen down the right hand side.
I don't think they need it now. I don't think they need it now. Most important now is defending. If Alkmaar scores even one, it's back to 2-2. It's not as like it's 3-1 up on aggregate and it doesn't matter. You know, and West Ham are just like, yeah, let's get another one. It's defence now. 2-1, unsecure scoreline. They've done so well defensively tonight. You know, yes, they've had their chances, probably not as clinical as they would be, but it doesn't matter. Strong defensive performance at the end. That's exactly what they need.
Great header away. And Danny Ings has possession here. It's flicked up. Pablo Fornal's chasing it, and it's into the path, into the hands of Ryan.
It's always great to see the
89th
different
minute.
age demographics of the West Ham fans. Like it will transition from like an oldish gentleman to quite a young fan. There's a it is always that's always like that in football, but it is nice to see that all ages will come on an away day. I thought that's quite good to see.
I think AZ Alkmaar know that this is it for them on the road of the Conference League. West Ham fans singing and cheering, and some Alkmaar fans are in tears. 5 added minutes. If you're wondering why Kieran's just gone, oh God, it is because we do sit here for about at least 2 hours.
It's not even that. Honestly, it's not even that. It's just these 5 minutes now is going to be so wary. You're going to be like my stomach, my heart, my blood pressure. It's mainly down to you, to be honest. Not sitting here. I've had quite an enjoyable time this evening. I think it's been great.
Alkmaar have a goal kick, and West Ham just sitting behind that ball as much as they can. 38 seconds played of the 5 added minutes. Kiera, great header, but it falls into the path of an Alkmaar player. It's a great ball. Alkmaar playing. They have a bit of confidence here. Trying to find that gap. Great little dinked ball in. Rice clears it away. Alkmaar on the attack again. Great clearance by Suma. Paqueta absolutely sprinting to get there. He's got there. Can he find the path for Danny Ings? Oh, he's going to run down the left-hand side. I think he's going to take it into the corner. He's gone out for a goal kick. But Paqueta takes it and taking it into the corner. And I think that's the game management West Ham need now. It's getting a bit nervous now. Great touch by Danny Ings, trying to find something. Everyone trying to find, every West Ham player is trying to find that corner. Great tackle by Gerd.
I mean, I'm not here to go.
Danny Ings. Hold on. Sorry, Kieran. Lucas Paqueta manages to header it over a player. It looks like he's gone back to the corner. No, okay, you can carry on.
Thank you. No, there are a few. I mean, I'm not a West Ham hater, and I don't want to sort of start hating on them, but there are a few communication issues. Souček and Zuma seems to be the heart of them quite a lot of times. There seems to be like a few head collisions. Just a bit of a note.
Three minutes and 18 seconds played of the 5 added minutes. Can West Ham do it is the question. Fornals is through here. Pablo Fornals has scored!
What a moment! What a moment for the Hammers. Absolutely unbelievable. West Ham United score in Holland to secure Europa League conference. Wow, unbelievable. I'll take over from Gary here. Clearly emotional, deserves to be. I've been there so many times myself. as a Liverpool fan. Great finish from the Spaniard coming on. And he secured it. Unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic. West Ham United. Heartbreak. Emotion. In the Europa League semi-final against Frankfurt. That's in the back of their minds now. Because look at it. Conference League. Fighting. Relegation. He's already got it up as well. I love that. I already love that. He's got that up.
Pablo Fornals, you beautiful, beautiful man.
They've been fighting relegation all season. People, including this man, has been calling for David Moyes' head. I had to bring it up. And they've done it here. They've got to the final. Their first final in 46? 47.
Yeah, 47, sorry.
47 years. That's also in the rearview mirror. It's low. It's powerful. It's more powerful than what we're seeing here. West Ham United. Puts the hammer. Uses the hammer to nail the coffin of Eze Alkmaar's chances.
Just whack it, Zuma. Just whack it.
Tender hugs. Get it clear. Get it away.
And there you go. You've seen me in tears, Kieran.
One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, honestly. It is all over in the Netherlands. If it wasn't already, West Ham United has got to the Europa League Conference Final for the first time and their first final in 47 years. The heart, the emotion, the pain, and everything has gone into tonight. They've had an uphill battle, and I'll be honest with you, I've never paid so much attention to West Ham games since I met Gary 4 years ago. Now I feel like I have to like the club, but no. But it's nights like this, as an Englishman watching football, you see the emotion of the players you see week in, week out, the English natives as well. Declan Rice doesn't even know what he's going to do with himself. Absolutely fantastic. West Ham United head to the Conference League final is a sentence at the moment I don't think can ever be justified until tomorrow morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the finalist of the UEFA Conference League is West Ham United, and the finalists are not even confirmed yet. Basel and Fiorentina still 2-1, 3-3 on aggregate. We'll have to see exactly what happens with that one. Look, Roma looks like they could potentially be booking their place in yet another final. Juve and Sevilla still deadlocked. That is unbelievable. Newcastle, as mentioned earlier, beating Brighton by 4-1. And then in the League One semi-final, it looks like it's all over. Sheffield Wednesday's fight at home potentially might not be enough. But that's not the story of the day. That's not even the story of the night. It's not even the story of the week. Man City could be grand champions on Saturday. Move aside, Man City. We're not bothered about that at the moment. It's West Ham's night, and they've done it in Holland. Gary, you're in your first spoken words, not in life. I don't even know what they were, but first spoken words now that you know that West Ham are confirmed to make the final. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you. And, it's just brilliant to know that we've done it. We were in this situation a year ago exactly against Frankfurt, but we were behind. And now to know that we've done it, we've solidified it. We are going to Prague. We can do this. We can lift that trophy in June. And I can't wait for it.
Yes, I know Gary. He's had to endure many highs from myself in terms of winning trophies, getting to finals. It's never happened to him. It's happened now. It's his night. It's West Ham's night, and it is absolutely fantastic to see. Manchester City booked their place in the Champions League finals last night, while another English team will be represented in a final, and it is David Moyes' West Ham United. Ladies and gentlemen, I will conclude the show with this final message. Thank you very much to everybody that's listened. Make sure you like, subscribe so you don't miss any of our live streams. This is the emotion. This is how good it feels when you said, man, I would love to be in the studio with you right now, but I'll be with you for that Europa League conference final, mate. I will be with you, and I'm sure we'll have many tears, many more emotions, but even big hugs when West Ham win the Conference League. But for tonight, that is all from us. Gary Best, West Ham fan, crying West Ham fan now. I'm going to have to that's your new intro now. And me, Kieran Goodings, is signing off on the Footy Fan Zone. Good night, everybody.